Some NFL players bend the rules, but these guys shattered them. Today, we're exposing the wildest, boldest, and most unbelievable cheating scandals in NFL history. The ones the league wishes you'd forget. From violent dirty plays to secret spy cameras to full-on cash bounties. These moments will change the way you look at football forever. But how far were players, and even coaches, willing to go to win? Because what you're about to see isn't just cheating. It's dangerous, reckless, and in some cases, downright criminal. And trust me, the last scandal on this list is so insane it still shocks the NFL to this day. The Violent Cheaters, Ndamukong Suh's Dirty Play Trilogy. Before we get into the wild spy cameras and full-on bounty programs later in this video, we need to start with a player who didn't need gadgets or schemes to cheat. He used pure force. Ndamukong Suh, 6'4", 313 pounds, one of the most feared defensive tackles the league has ever seen. And when he gets angry, someone is going to get hurt. But when he's playing a divisional rival, it's a completely different level of nasty. Just look at what he did to Aaron Rodgers. Suh didn't step on Rodgers once. He stepped on him twice, then tried playing it off like it was some kind of accident. It wasn't. The NFL saw the replay, saw the intent, and didn't hesitate. Suh was suspended for the Lions' wildcard playoff game against Dallas. And let's be honest, Detroit could have used their star defensive tackle that day. But here's where things get tense. That wasn't even close to the worst of it. Because the next time Suh made headlines, it wasn't for stepping on someone. It was for blowing up a play with an illegal, vicious block worth a $100,000 fine. $100,000 gone because he couldn't play clean. And to make it worse, the block wiped out his own team's pick-six touchdown, a cheat that literally cost them points. And if you think that finally scared him straight, you don't know Suh. On another play, Texans quarterback Matt Schaub took a hit he'd never forget, and probably wishes he could. Not from a tackle, but from Suh kicking him right in the groin. It was so blatant, so unnecessary, and so dangerous that fans still argue if it's the dirtiest move of his entire career. 3 incidents, 3 fines, 3 moments that proved Suh wasn't just bending the rules, he was stomping, blocking, and kicking his way right through them. And while Suh did his cheating out in the open, our next culprit tried something so sneaky, so bizarre, it didn't even happen on the field. It happened on the sideline. Sideline sabotage. When coaches became the cheaters. Most cheating happens on the field, but our next 2 scandals happened where you'd least expect it, on the sidelines. And trust me, this is where things get sneaky. The Jets coach who stuck out his knee. In 2010, during a regular season game between the Jets and the Dolphins, Miami's Nolan Carroll sprinted down the sideline during a punt return. Totally routine play, until it wasn't. As Carroll ran past the Jets bench, a staff member, strength and conditioning coach Sal Alosi, casually stuck his knee out and tripped him. No hesitation, no shame, just a full-on deliberate trip like he was trying to win a dirty pickup basketball game. The NFL world exploded. This wasn't some player losing control in the heat of the moment. This was a coach, a grown man whose entire job was to keep athletes healthy, literally injuring one, and the punishment came fast. Within 24 hours, the Jets suspended Alosi without pay, fined him $25,000, and eventually forced him to resign. 1 knee, 1 terrible decision, and 1 career that basically ended overnight. Mike Tomlin's accidental sideline interference. But if you thought that was bad, just wait until you see what a Super Bowl winning coach did only a few years later. It was 2013. Steelers versus Ravens. Jacoby Jones breaks free on a kickoff return, sprinting down the sideline with nothing but open field ahead of him, until he suddenly stutter steps and veers toward the middle of the field. The reason? Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin was standing on the edge of the white sideline border, and as Jones approached, Tomlin casually leaned in, forcing Jones to adjust his path. The crowd went insane, social media went nuclear, and when the replay hit the Jumbotron, Tomlin's expression said it all. A little smirk, like he was trying to pretend he wasn't caught. He later claimed he was watching himself on the stadium screen and didn't see Jones. Maybe, maybe not, but intentional or not, the league didn't buy it. They hit Tomlin with a $100,000 fine, one of the biggest fines ever given to a coach for in-game interference. And here's the craziest part, that tiny step inside might have changed the entire outcome of the return. So we've seen violent plays, and we've seen sideline sabotage, but our next scandal isn't physical at all. It's a tragic story of wasted talent, repeated mistakes, and one of the saddest cheating cases the NFL has ever seen. Josh Gordon, the most tragic cheating story in NFL history. Some cheating scandals are bizarre, some are angry, but this one just hurts. Josh Gordon wasn't just good, he was special. In 2013, he led the entire league in receiving yards. Back-to-back 200-yard games. Explosive, dominant, unstoppable. He was the kind of talent that makes fans think, this guy could be an all-time great. But while the world saw a superstar, the league saw a problem. Heading into the 2014 season, everything was supposed to take off for Gordon. Instead, he violated the league's substance abuse policy. Again, and because it wasn't his first time, the NFL came down hard. 10-game suspension. When he finally returned, he picked up right where he left off. 8 catches, 120 yards. He didn't miss a beat, but none of that mattered, because on January 25th, 2015, the NFL got word that Gordon had tested positive again, this time for alcohol. And that's when the league said enough. They suspended him for the entire season. No pay, no second chances left. For most players, that would have been the end. Career over, contract gone, legacy erased, but the Browns still believed, barely. They gave Gordon one last chance, one final shot to prove he could stay clean. And then, it happened again. April 12th, 2016, Gordon fails yet another test, another setback, another season wasted. And the saddest part, everyone could see what he was throwing away. Millions of dollars, his physical prime, and a career most athletes could only dream about. One analyst summed it up perfectly. Put a picture of Josh Gordon next to $5 million, wipe it away, and replace it with weed, because that's how much it cost him. It's one of the toughest arcs in the league. An athlete blessed with historic talent, buried under repeated mistakes and the weight of addiction. You can't watch Gordon's story without wondering where he'd be today if things had gone differently. And while Gordon's saga is tragic, our next scandal is just plain unbelievable. Because this time, the cheaters weren't players or coaches, they were the referees. And what they did changed the outcome of a real NFL game. The fifth down game, when referees became the cheaters. Up to this point, we've seen players cheat, we've seen coaches cheat, but what happens when the people officiating the game are the ones causing chaos? Well, in 2010 we found out, because the referees in a Washington versus Tampa Bay matchup did something so unreal, so impossible, that fans still joke about it today. They forgot how to count. No, seriously, YK, this wasn't a bad spot or a missed flag. This was the refs literally giving Washington an extra down, an unofficial, illegal, completely made-up fifth down. It all started after a 9-yard run. The chain gang had it marked, the commentators had it marked, fans at home had it marked. Everyone knew the play created a new set of downs, except the referees. So the next snap happens, and the scoreboard says second down. Then another play, still says second down. Third snap, the officials treat it like third down, even though mathematically we've hit fourth. At home, people were yelling at their TVs. Even the broadcasters were confused. Wait, what down is it? And then it happened. Washington ran another play, on what was effectively their fifth attempt to get a first down. It was Colorado versus Missouri all over again. Only this time, it was the NFL. Everyone on the field looked confused. Commentators were stunned. And yet the refs just rolled with it like nothing happened. What makes it even crazier? That fifth down actually helped Washington finish the drive. But football has a funny way of correcting itself. Because when the Redskins lined up for the extra point, Graham Gano missed it. And you could almost hear the entire football world saying the same thing. Ball don't lie. Now, that ref fiasco was wild. But at least it wasn't intentional. Our next scandal? Oh, it was intentional. Very intentional. Because it was all about money, bets, and one player who took cheating to a whole new level. The betting scandals. When players gambled their careers away. Some cheating happens in the heat of the moment. But this next category, these players weren't cheating during the game. They were cheating on the game. And the fallout was massive. Calvin Ridley, suspended for betting on his own team. In 2021, Falcons star Calvin Ridley stepped away from football, saying he needed time to focus on his mental health. Fans respected it. The league respected it. Everybody believed he was taking care of himself. Except, he wasn't exactly away from football. While Ridley was at home, the NFL security department picked up something shocking. Someone was placing bets, real money bets, including parlays involving the Atlanta Falcons. And the name that came back? Calvin Ridley. The league investigated, and sure enough, he had placed 3 parlay bets the week of November 23rd. And just like that, the NFL dropped the hammer. 1-year suspension, no pay, and a massive stain on his record. Ridley tweeted he only bet $1,500. Maybe, but when you're an active player, betting $1,500 can cost you $15 million. Kindby 0-0 tie, the most reckless betting scandal ever. But as wild as Ridley's case was, it doesn't even come close to this next guy. Because one player, and I can't believe this is real, made over 8,900 bets while underage, all under the username CaneBeers37. Yep, he didn't hide it, he didn't disguise it, he didn't even use a burner account, just raw, unfiltered chaos. Records show that in 2022 and 2023, he placed over $636,000 in bets. and somehow managed to lose $81,000. That's not just cheating the rules, that's cheating your own wallet. The league didn't just suspend him, they practically needed math tutors to calculate how much he was wagering. It was reckless, obvious, and honestly, one of the dumbest cheating attempts the NFL has ever seen. Now, as ridiculous as the betting scandals were, the next cheating method might be the oldest trick in the book. Because when the game gets too fast and too exhausting, some players don't reach for a water bottle. They reach for the ground. The fake injury fiasco, when the Giants tried acting and failed. By now we've seen violent hits, sideline sabotage, and even players gambling on their own games. But this next scandal, this one feels straight out of a high school drama class. It was a game between the New York Giants and the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams' offense was moving fast, hurry-up mode, no mercy, and the Giants' defense was gassed. They couldn't get lined up, couldn't catch their breath, and couldn't slow the pace. So what did they do? Call a timeout? Nope. Make a substitution? Wrong again. They just collapsed. One Giants defender suddenly dropped to the ground grabbing his leg, and at the exact same moment, another defender fell too, like they were in synchronized diving practice. Two players, same team, same second, both pretending to be hurt. The Rams players instantly started pointing. Commentators couldn't believe it. Fans were roasting them online before the replay even finished. And the best part? The guy who went down first, veteran safety Deion Grant, popped back up instantly when he realized his teammate had already taken the fall. It was like they both forgot who was supposed to fake the injury. Was it cheating? Absolutely. Was it obvious? Painfully. Did it work? Kind of. The Giants got their breather, but they also earned a permanent spot on every worst acting in NFL history compilation on the internet. And while the Giants were faking cramps, the next team on our list took cheating to a whole different level, because their scandals didn't involve one player or one coach, but an entire organization built on secrecy, paranoia, and breaking the rules. The Patriots' cheating era, Spygate and Deflategate. Some teams cheat once and swear they'll never do it again, but the New England Patriots? They managed to get caught in two of the biggest cheating scandals in NFL history, and both of them shook the league. Spygate, when the Patriots brought cameras to a gunfight. It was 2007. Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, the Patriots dynasty. Everything looked unstoppable. But while the football world admired their success, there was something happening behind the scenes that no one knew about. On September 9th, against the New York Jets, an assistant on the Patriots sideline was caught videotaping the Jets' defensive signals. But here's the key. He was filming from an unauthorized location, a direct violation of league rules. The tape got confiscated, the league investigated, and when the dust settled, Belichick was handed a $500,000 fine, the largest ever given to a coach. The team was fined another $250,000 and they lost their first-round draft pick. From that point on, every NFL fan had a new question. How long has this been going on? And that paranoia didn't just live in the fans, it lived inside the Patriots too. One former player told a story about Tom Brady stopping practice and saying, "We can't run these plays out here. Too many windows. Someone could be watching." When the face of your franchise believes spies might be hiding behind blinds, yeah, that tells you everything. Deflategate, when football started losing air, conveniently, but the Patriots weren't done. Fast forward to the 2014 AFC Championship game. The Patriots steamrolled the Colts, but afterward, Indianapolis players started whispering, "The footballs don't feel right." The investigation revealed that several balls used by New England were underinflated, making them easier to grip, throw, and catch in bad weather. Cue the drama. The NFL suspended Tom Brady for 4 games, fined the Patriots $1 million, and took away 2 draft picks. It was so big that even Saturday Night Live mocked it, turning the scandal into national entertainment. And whether you believe Brady did it or not, the damage was done. For fans, for critics, and for the league, the Patriots had officially become the NFL's poster child for cheating. But as big as Spygate and Deflategate were, neither of them come close to what's next. Because our final scandal isn't just cheating, it's dangerous, calculated, and downright horrifying. Bountygate, the most disturbing cheating scandal in NFL history. We've seen dirty hits, fake injuries, illegal bets, and even secret spy cameras. But nothing, and I mean nothing, compares to this final scandal. Because this time, it wasn't a single player bending the rules, or a coach sneaking onto the sideline, or a team deflating footballs for an edge. This was an organized system, funded with real money, designed for one purpose: injure the opponent. The New Orleans Saints' hidden operation. It all started with rumors during the 2009 NFC Championship game, a brutal showdown between the Saints and Brett Favre's Vikings. Fans noticed the hits seemed off, harder, colder, almost targeted. Then more stories surfaced. Aaron Rodgers felt it. Cam Newton felt it. Quarterbacks around the league said the same The Saints aren't just trying to beat us, they're trying to hurt us. And the shocking part? They were right. How the bounty system worked. An investigation uncovered something almost unbelievable. Saints defensive coordinator Gregg Williams had created a bounty program, a cash for destruction system. Here were the payouts. Take down a kick returner inside the 20-yard line, $100. Knock a player out of the game on a stretcher, $1,000. Deliver a knockout hit that removed a star player, $1,500. And Brett Favre, his bounty was rumored to be as high as $35,000. $35,000 for a human being. This wasn't cheating to gain an advantage. This was cheating to cause pain. The fallout. The NFL didn't just fine people. They didn't just suspend players. They went nuclear. Gregg Williams was suspended indefinitely. Head coach Sean Payton was suspended for an entire season. Players were disciplined. The Saints organization was fined $500,000. It was the harshest punishment the NFL had ever handed out, because this wasn't bending the rules. This was breaking the morality of the sport. Transition to Act 3, and now we've reached the peak. Because when a team literally pays players to injure opponents, the conversation stops being about cheating and starts being about ethics, safety, and the soul of the game. After everything we've covered, the dirty hits, the sideline sabotage, the fake injuries, the betting, the spy cameras, and now an actual bounty system, it's impossible not to see the pattern. These weren't random isolated moments. They were signs of how far some players and some teams were willing to go to win. And in the NFL, winning isn't just a goal. It's an obsession, a culture, a pressure cooker that turns small shortcuts into massive scandals. And sometimes those shortcuts become something much darker. Because cheating isn't just about breaking rules. It's about crossing lines. At first, it's a step on a player's ankle. Then it's a coach accidentally blocking a returner. Then it's recording signals. Then underinflating footballs. And eventually, it becomes paying players to knock someone out of a game. This is the moment where cheating stops being a game and starts being dangerous. Here's the truth as I see it. The NFL doesn't just have a cheating problem, it has a culture problem. When the stakes are this high, when the money is this big, when careers are this short, some players and coaches convince themselves that anything, literally anything, is justified. And the craziest part, some of these scandals didn't come from bad players. Some came from Hall of Famers, legendary coaches, even entire organizations with championships on the line. Cheating didn't ruin the NFL, but these scandals remind us how thin the line really is between competing and compromising everything. In the end, the league always catches up. Suspensions happen, fines happen, legacies get asterisks, reputations never fully recover. Because the NFL might let you win games, but it will never let you outrun the truth. And that wraps up our deep dive into top NFL cheaters exposed, the shocking truth. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next episode, where we uncover another insane sports controversy that fans still argue about to this day. And if you want to keep the momentum going, click the video on screen. That one is even crazier. Trust me, you won't believe what happened.